Okay. What's going on, everybody? This is LG. I was going to share a little bit more with y'all today. I got a poem entitled Foreign Policy. Hope you like it. Question. Should I adhere to a government that will not adhere to me, abide by its rules, invest in its dreams, when it has labeled me a convict beyond rehabilitation? I thought since I'm a foreigner, I can become domesticated. Isn't foreign policy about peace, security, and justice? A negotiation between countries, every alien amongst us. Do you not believe I have something of value to trade? Or you think it's best that I rot in a hole for the rest of my days? I was born in a country that barely called me a citizen. But if you're really about foreign policy, I would have still reaped huge dividends. I've seen you bomb countries and turn around and rebuild them, but you throw away my life and keep me in prison. Was that sentence justified? Or were you drawing interest on my soul? Importing, exporting of human trafficking? Someone tell me what's the goal? When you give foreign aid, does it not strengthen your national defense? An ex-con can't become an ally, but you will use them to snitch. How about this? Forget the profit margins that's associated with incarceration. Scrap a diplomatic effort to control the population. Overhaul the whole system and do away with the lobotomy. And help inmates gain citizenship through your foreign policy. That's it.
I like it. I love it. You know I do. So let me ask you this, bro. You know what sparked that, that body of work?
Well, every day, I'm reminded, not just with myself, but like when I see people every day of how we so alienated from not only our families, but just society as a whole. And, typically when you look at our government, they talk about foreign policy every time, somebody's coming into office and what they're going to do with foreign policy. And I've witnessed throughout history from reading and what's going on now that, we have bombed countries and helped them. We always sending money elsewhere, and we call these people aliens, and they in third world countries, and that's what prison is like. It's like a third world country where you got aliens and you got foreigners. And if you really care about foreign policy outside of the U.S., then you should also address the foreign policy that's going on here, because now that same alien is only labeled as an ex-con or an offender, an inmate. And so I believe if you can benefit another country and then people who were once citizens here, you should be able to benefit them too.
Facts. So let me ask you this, bro. Just to kick a little conversation, I was speaking with somebody earlier, and they was just talking about how these different words, felon, ex-con, inmate, offender, and stuff like that, just how it can fuck with your mental, you know what I mean? What do you think about that when it comes to those type of words, which you can kind of say are derogatory, because when you say them, people think about it as a derogatory thing. What do you think about those type of words that they use to, define people behind the G-wall, or, once they've come back from behind it?
I guess one of the main things I think about is usually when I hear it, it's another human being telling me that. Somebody who is also exhibits, frailties. Somebody who, like sometimes I done hollered at CEOs, they done been very honest about the fact, look here, I should be in here, but I didn't get caught.
Right.
And it seemed like, a lot of people sometimes use them labels to justify that they better than. But when I think about humanity, it's like, we know different. And I'm not saying everybody that, did something that's worthy of going to prison, but I mean to think that just because one is an inmate, an offender, or an ex-con, that they don't have something of value, or that, their humanity doesn't matter, and to give them that label, that's where I had a conflict at. Because who told you that you were better?
Right. I did a video about that. One of the other things that I do is I do like a lot of vlogging, which is just video blogging. Instead of writing, I do videos. And I actually did a video on that because a lot of times, I won't say a majority of people, but enough people to where there's not major changings happening in prison, they kind of dehumanize people that are there. You know, the first thing they want to say is, oh, well, they shouldn't have went, or that's what they get when they went there. But I'm like, you know, going to prison is the punishment itself. There shouldn't be any inhumane treatment on top of that. It shouldn't be any beatings on top of that. It shouldn't be any starvation on top of that. Like, that's inhumane. But it's a lot of people, it's easy for them to see, you know, people that are incarcerated like that. And that's the thing I said. I was like, think to yourself and think about the things that you've done in your life and how easily, if you would have got caught, you would have been in the same position. So don't think you better just because you didn't get caught. You know what I mean? It kind of helps bring people back to the fact that we all human. We all done shit and do shit. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate you. I enjoy speaking with you. And of course, your spoken word is always on point. You know what I mean? Do you have any shout outs or anything you want to do before I let you go, bro?
Yeah, shout out to you. You know, I believe you most definitely created an opportunity for not only, you know, me to share my voice, but I know many others, so I think that's cool. And everybody who's like you know, it's a lot of people who doing things selfishly. And I think that's real cool because, you know, I believe in being a good neighbor.
Right.
As I tell my neighbors all the time, I like you, but I ain't committed to you. But I like the fact that you, you know, you committed and, you know, having, you know, a platform for people. I think that's real cool.
Well, thank you, bro. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's always a pleasure. And I'm going to holler at you again soon.
All right.
All right. It's your girl, J. Renee, with Prison Riot Radio. Peace.